Jonathan CARRIEL, and co-chair of the 250th anniversary committee for the Stamp Act protests. And we are here on Bowling Green, New York City, Lower Manhattan, in front of the Alexander Hamilton U.S. Customs House, which takes the exact footprint of the Fort George that was here in 1765. So the governor, who was also inside the fort, least popular person in New York City at that particular juncture, was inside, insisting that the stamps were going to be destroyed, that the tax was going to go through, whether anybody liked it or not. On the evening of November 1st, 1765, the principal protest took place right here in front of the fort. Bowling Green at that time was still a bowling green, the same purpose that the Dutch had had. It was a pleasant little oasis. So there was plenty of room for a population of thousands to coalesce there. And that's what happened on that night when they brought the funeral cortege of Miss Liberty down from what is now City Hall Park down to Bowling Green to demonstrate how severely they considered the Stamp Act implementation to be. And the Army had anticipated that a crowd might gather and had placed the cannons that were normally on the battery facing out into the harbor. They had moved them up to the bastion at the top of the fort and placed them so that they were facing the population of the city. And they had loaded them not with cannonballs, but with grape shot, which is shrapnel. So there was a very grave danger that night that there could have been mass bloodshed. The people who were effectively the Sons of Liberty of New York did not want a riot to happen. So things did start to get out of hand. Well, they were planning for this. They were planning for the possibility that things might get out of hand. So they started a bonfire. It was a very jolly bonfire. And they pulled the rioters back from the fort where they were literally ready to demolish the doors. They were ready to demolish the doors, which were right where we're standing here, right in front of what is now the Customs House. So if you imagine that day, you're looking at 2,000 New Yorkers, 1/10 of the population of the city, all gathered right here behind where we are right now, right here at Bowling Green, protesting the Stamp Act, protesting the tax, and burning the effigy of the governor, burning his carriages, his private property, and insisting that the stamps must not employ, that the Stamp Act must not happen. This was a major fact, right? It's huge bonfire. People, of course, there was no electric lighting in those days. People were holding torches, were holding candles. People shouting at the army, shouting at the soldiers, shouting at the governor. The governor was probably raising his fist, shaking it right back at them. This all went on for a long time. So this added up to one of the great watershed dramatic moments in American history. This was the moment where Americans and the British first truly knocked heads. They said, the Americans were saying, we will not pay this tax. The British and this court faction here were saying you will pay the tax, and even though you had no representation in creating it. A very curious after effect of the whole business was that, first of all, the tension lasted another 6 months until New York City received the news that the Stamp Act had been repealed. The city was so overjoyed because it was desperately affecting everybody's economy, everybody's employment and lives, that the Provincial Assembly voted to create a statue of King George III in Bowling Green. They thought that King George III had something to do with the repeal of the Stamp Act. They were quite mistaken in this, but they thought it anyway, right? So that statue was put up a few years later, and it lasted until July 9th, 1776, when immediately after our Declaration of Independence, patriots gathered here in Bowling Green and tore down that statue and melted it into lead bullets that were used all through the Revolution. Now, let me tell you about our plans to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the Stamp Act protests on November 1st, 2015. We hope to have many actors and many recreators coming here to give everybody the real feeling of what was going on that great day.